were obsessed with popping Josh's spot. anytime
really
he had
weird.
a spot. Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah, that's probably
really
weirder.
weird.
Emma, it's so exciting that you've joined this incredible family. Was there like a big dinner to welcome you on board?
No, I don't think there was. No, once I got the part, I think they were doing screenings for season 3 that was about to come out, or later that year. And so I was invited to one of the screenings, and I remember it was honestly when I just got cast. I mean, I had no idea, like I hadn't met anyone before. And Helena was there, and she was lovely, and she took me out to dinner afterwards with Tobias and some friends of hers, and that was lovely. And from that moment I felt very much taken under her wing, which was like nice, because it could have felt quite overwhelming. But since that point we've had many dinners, which has been nice.
Many royal dinners. That's exactly what dinners. Josh, when we spoke last year, I remember you and Erin were upset that there wasn't a Crown WhatsApp group.
Because you're now part of this big family, is there like a Crown WhatsApp group?
Oh my God, I wish there was, or I'm not a part of it.
Yeah, or imagine.
Can you imagine?
No,
there is.
That would be horrible.
If there is, we're not in it.
Yeah, we're not. Really sad.
Maybe you should get one going.
Well, maybe let's check out if there is one.
Yeah, that's true.
And then if there is one, we kick off.
Yeah, okay.
And try and get in on it.
So watch this space,
and if there
basically.
isn't, great.
Have you managed to set one up yet?
Yes. Yeah, we did. But I think we might have been lying then, because I think we had a version of a WhatsApp group. What I think's happened, and Emma's actually kind of partly responsible for this, is that we have bonded a lot more this year. Oh. And so we've now got a WhatsApp group where we're all in, and we text each other all the time. Although recently we've all got quite into voice notes, which I don't know, Emma, do you enjoy that? I quite enjoy that. It's quite nice.
I quite enjoy hearing like Olivia and Gillian and people try to work out how to like someone and be like, I'm sending my voice. It's quite fun.
Yeah, it's really fun.
But I wasn't actually on the WhatsApp group, Josh. You know this? I found out that there was a WhatsApp group in like our last weeks of filming.
Oh, I didn't.
I don't think I'd been added to it, and I was suddenly like,
"That's terrible." Although actually, Emma, and also technically, I mean, Emma and I had our own WhatsApp group with Richard Goulding and Polly Bennett when we were in Spain shooting the Australian episode. So we had our own sort of thing going on. I think we sort of like very much headed up the trend with WhatsApp.
Who's like the most active on the WhatsApp group then?
Gillian Anderson.
Yeah, I think Gillian and Helena. Helena's
pretty good actually.
Yeah.
Marion Bailey has a lot to say. So.
Tobias is awful.
Tobias is the worst.
Does he ignore everything?
Ignores everything, and then we'll be like,
I think he probably sees it. Yeah, he just sort of like does bulk. I'm quite bad. I'm like Tobias a little bit, where we'll sort of like respond to like 3 weeks worth of messages and in bulk and sort of celebrate them. But Tobias is definitely the worst. Erin's not great either.
You guys must have got to know each other really well, obviously filming this. What's the weirdest thing that you learned about each other that you otherwise wouldn't have known?
What is weird about Emma? Actually, I can't think of anything weird.
I think we discovered each other.
Actually,
no.
There is something quite weird. About 6 p.m. every day of filming, we all sort of started to notice that Emma would. It was like, you know how like puppies have zoomies. It's like Emma gets into this sort of like hyperactive. It's like it's all the energy that's been pent up on set all day just sort of bursts and explodes, and everyone started to. We kind of gradually noticed this happening, like on the hour, 6 o'clock every day.
Yeah. I went a bit mad.
Pretty sensational, and then sometimes it would be a bit early, so it would be like, oh, Emma's going a bit mad. Is it 6 o'clock? And you check your watch. It was like 5 p.m. and you go 6 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I thought you were going to say about in the makeup chair when me and Debbie, who does my makeup, and Amy, who does Josh's, were obsessed with popping Josh's spot. anytime he had a spot. Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah, that's probably really weirder.
Yeah, that's almost certainly much weirder. I actually did think of that, and I thought I don't want to throw you under the bus, but you did it yourself.
Josh has a lot of amazing stories, which is brilliant, because like endless storytelling, which is very good for when you're on set, and very good storyteller, very funny. But I ended up spending so much time with Josh that I think I've heard all his stories. So then it meant that there are a few times where you'd rehash them. No, but it was also you'd meet someone like a new director, and I'd like on our first date or something, I'd look over and I could tell which story you were telling. Because there's a story that you tell where like you're talking about a guy you acted with once, and like he got down on one knee to say a line, and I just looked over the set and Josh was there on one knee like doing the story, and I was like, oh yeah, he's doing that
story.
Guy. He's doing
classic.
that one.
We need to talk about the wedding dress, which is just unbelievable. I can't believe it took 10 people to get you fitted into it. That's mad.
I've put the word 10 out there because I feel like it's quite a good even number. It was about that. I can't remember how many, but I remember it took so many people to make it, and then all of those people were there on the day because it had so many bits. Like the skirt was separate. There were like petticoats, and then the skirt, and then the top, and everything had to like be put on over each other, and then the train had to be fixed on. I think it was about 10 people in the end. It was crazy. It was the heaviest thing to move in. Yeah.
So no toilet breaks during that scene?
Well, you know what? The weirdest thing is the scene wasn't that long. I think in the show you don't see it for me wearing it for that long, which was mad because I'd had all these costume fittings, and then suddenly, you know, the scene, it wasn't like I was spending a whole day in it, thank God.
Did you take the opportunity to make any FaceTime calls to friends and family, like in the dress?
Yeah, well, I remember in the fitting, Amy, the costume designer, said, you know, if you should get your mum in, and I felt like I want to get my mum in because it was like if it was a wedding dress fitting, and I was like,
you're getting married.
Like, it's like you're getting married. God, it might be the only wedding dress fitting I ever have. You know, I was like, it's pretty momentous. So I FaceTimed my mum when I was in it, and I just took a lot of pictures, I think.
Yeah, you've got to make the most of it. Josh, I remember when we spoke last year, you were saying that you've had your eyes on Charles's paperweight and that you were going to steal it at the end of series 4.
I've got my eyes on something.
Have you?
And I'm going to steal it.
When?
At the end of series 4.
Go on, what is it?
Okay. It's a paperweight with Prince Charles's head in it. And I've had my eyes on it since. It was a bit weird. It is a bit weird, actually.
Yeah.
But it is weird.
It is a bit weird.
And that's why I want it.
Did you manage to take it?
I didn't, and it is one of the kind of crying shames of COVID, kind of shutting down production, was that I had this great plan that our last shooting day in the studio, I would chat to the art department, and I'd come up with this brilliant idea of how, you know, I'd say, oh my goodness, I've had such a great time, you've been brilliant, like kind of cover them in compliments, and then they would be like, oh my God, Josh is so brilliant, so nice and kind and courteous, is there anything you'd like to take home with you? And then obviously then I'd say, yes please, the paperweight. But because I didn't have that day, it didn't work out.
I love a version of that, Josh, where you shower them with compliments, and
yeah,
they're
and
like,
they go,
oh, that's so nice.
Yeah,
great,
thanks Josh, cheers.
Great.
Yeah.
You're so great knowing you. Bye.
I just shout after them,
and you're just like,
paperweight.
I stole God, I'm very aware that like all of Netflix is watching.
Yeah.
No, I think it's quite innocuous. It was we were filming a scene in like one of Diana's bedrooms, and there was just like a lot of like set jewelry lying around, and there was like a gold chain, and I took it.
You did well taking that.
Josh's face.
There was a thing, wasn't there a thing about like there was a gold chain that's gone missing from Imagine.